Good. Welcome you again, once again, to today's edition. Today we're looking at the composite section. This is the weekend version. Weekend version day one. Weekend day one. We're looking at the composite section, the capital reduction section. But before that, I'll walk you through some few exam techniques that you should adhere to. That will probably help us. Good. In your paper or the exams, question 1A and then the B, they are compulsory. Question 1A and B are what? Compulsory. The optional section, question 2 up to question 6. That is the optional one. Then what do? You choose 3 out of them. So in exams, please, when I give you the question, do not start until you've read all the questions and you selected the one that's best and best answer it. I can answer it best. Now, when you go to the exams, after reading 7 questions, then you strike off the 2 and then you list your 5 in order of importance or order of how best you can answer. Good. So right after reading through the 7 questions, you select the 5 that you want to answer. Please, exam questions, we have thinking, so we have the reading and working time. There's no thinking time. 15 minutes for what? 15 minutes for reading and then 3 hours for working. No taking time. So please, when you go to the exams, you're not going to think over there. You're going to produce solutions. Go. You'll do the thinking now. Now that we are practicing or we are revising ourselves, that's what you have to be thinking on how to get the answers. Okay. Now, when you select your questions, 5, let's say you select question 1, question 5, optional section, and then question 4, 5, and question 6. Today we are going to discuss the A and then B. Good. A and then B. Now, when you select the questions, just sum up the marks. The final account compulsory. So let's assume that final account is scored just 5 marks here. Capital reduction is a bit okay, so it's got 10 marks. You get 15 marks here. Ratio is a bit okay, you had 10. Break even was also okay, but some way. You had 5. Corporate governance was also okay, question 6. So that one, you had 15. Good. Putting all these together, what do you get? So 30, 40, 45. So you're getting 45. Let me take the 5 off. You're getting 40. So Fred is telling you that when you get 40 up to 50, please do not overscore yourself. If you overscore yourself, you're causing harm to yourself. Good. So just do not score yourself more. So 50. So what do? You go straight to start the work. And then, so assuming that the question 6, you can do the A, B, and then the C, adding up the 15. The D you cannot do, you have no idea. Don't worry. Start it. Within 2 hours, kindly secure the 40 marks for yourself, 2 hours. Now, when you start the work, you're going straight to the part that you can do and leave the part. But please provide enough space so that when you come back, you have something to write them there. Then you are done. Good. So do the same for all the questions. So within 2 hours, you are done the question, but full of potholes. Please don't try to finish the question. Yes, well, while you are delaying time, I'm not getting it. Good. So don't do that. Okay. So that is it. Please, and please again, do that and arrange the question according to your strength. Your strength. Your strength. Yes. So when you do that, you'll be fine. When you are done within the 2 hours time, then you have to go and hunt for the marks. You want to hunt for the marks. How do you hunt for marks? Now when you go to the empty space, you go to where you didn't write anything and you start. Any figure you see in a question, kindly write it. Any figure you see in a question, kindly write it. Any figure you see in a question, you write it. So that at least you will get text for it. Any calculation, start writing something during the potholes. Please don't leave it empty. So you come back to secure what 11 marks. It's possible within an hour. You can secure 11 marks. Even if you get 45, 11 to what 6. So that 6 marks within an hour can be able to secure it. So please, that's the strategy that we are going to use, and then you'll be fine. Good. So today we are going to look at the question 1B, the capital reduction. That's where we are starting it from, the capital reduction, question 1B. Today we'll try and then go through it quickly and then see if you can do the A. Good. So that is it. Good. Okay, so we'll go straight. But there's a principle, basic one, that everyone must adhere to. When solving financial reporting question, not even only financial reporting question, any analytical question, please start from this, the RAT or the RAF approach. Yes, this is one of the principles, guiding principles. Read the requirement first. The requirement, because here you have optional questions. Some of the 2 questions you are not going to answer it, so read the requirement first. Why do you read the requirement first? You read the requirement for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, to avoid what? Reason number 1, to avoid wastage of time, because some people are allergic to some question. Me, this question, I will not answer it. So what happened that way? Don't even read the scenario. As long as you read the requirement. For instance, if you know you're not going to answer the budget question, don't start reading the scenario, because the budget is not your area. You didn't prepare towards it. The question that you're going to answer, kindly prepare towards it. So take notes, then you'll be fine. Good. Okay. The second aspect deals with, if you read the requirement first, it will stimulate your appetite and it will remind you on what to do. Good. So assuming that you've read the requirement and you say, prepare the break-even point or calculate the break-even point. So to find the break-even point, you have units. And break-even unit is equal to what? The fixed cost over the contribution per unit. Good. But if you don't read the requirement first, you start reading the question, anything comes to mind. And this one, what am I going to use it for? In that order. So that is it. Then you go to the footnote. That's the additional information. The additional information, that's the footnote. You read it 2 times. 1, fast. Second, you're working it, so that one is slow. You read it for 2 items. The area that will affect. So normally it affects 2 items because of 2 entries, sometimes to 1. So if you read it, it will affect cost of sales, or to affect PP, very small, CS, cost of sales. How you understand or you remember it? Good. In that order. Then you are done. Please, here there's a strong warning that I placed in here, which says that no figure should enter your solution except for you've gone through all the footnotes. Because the figure that you are saying is free, it cannot be free. So take note. When you are done, you scan to the trial balance or the financial statement. Yes, you have to scan to the trial balance or the financial statement. Now, you are scanning through. If it is profit or loss, they will give you trial balance. If it is capital reduction, like the one we are going to do tonight, also they will give you financial statements. They will give you financial statements. If it is ratios, they'll give you financial statements. If it's cash flow, financial statements. So take note. So scan through. Why is scanning through? You are scanning through for 2 reasons: usual and then unusual. The unusual item. The usual item are the one that because you prepared for the exams, the exam question will not be the first question you are solving. Good. Reasonably, let me tell you that before you go and then sit for the paper, kindly solve 5 questions under the same topic. So there's another principle that says that 1 known is not equal to 1 unknown, but 5 known is equal to 1 unknown. Oh yes. So Fred is saying that if you know how to solve the question 1, it's not enough. It's not what's enough. Good. So that is it. If you know how to solve the question, you know how to prepare capital reduction 1 way, it's not enough. At least 5, you are done. So check notes and then you are fine. Okay. So that is it. So now I'll start the very first one, which is the capital reduction. This is where we are starting from. And then we continue the final account. Tomorrow is the optional section. If we are not able to start the final account, well, there's a nice section that I'll forward to you, then use that one. That tomorrow we do the optional section. So that is it. Okay. So let's go to that question. Oh. So you are going to look at the capital reduction section. That's what we are doing tonight. Take notes for us. Oh, sorry. What happened? So we are doing the question 1. Capital reduction in question 1. So I'll explain something in this question. I will explain something in this question. Good. So kindly be with us and then you are fine. Good. Now let's go straight to the requirement. Advise Natural Bank. Advise Natural Bank of its position in case of liquidation and explain whether to accept the loss proposed by the new management. And then B, propose a scheme of capital reduction. But it will be B part or second aspect. Before the scheme, there will be one question which will require you to advise the company whether they should liquidate or reorganize. So that is it. Before the scheme. Then finally prepare the resultant statement of financial position just after the reconstruction scheme has been affected or implemented. So now let's go to the scenario. Let's start from the heading. I believe everyone have gone through the capital reduction section, the tuition section, that's the video, the tutorials. This is the revision section, so straight to the question solving. If you have not done that, kindly go through. Yes. Now the question says that, good. IN Limited is a company that carried on business as distributors of music CDs. As a result of stiff competition coupled with poor management, the company has posted losses consistently for the past few years. The company has reconstituted its management team, which has put in place a new marketing strategy of door-to-door sales, taking CDs to customers in their homes. The new management believes that the company will earn average annual profits before interest and tax of 2,500 million for the next 5 years. Corporate tax assumed at the rate of 25%. We don't need this one. The new management team is proposing a scheme of reorganization to reposition the company and make it a viable going concern, and has approached their bankers, who owns 85% of the overdraft, to waive off 38 million of the bank overdraft to save the failing company. However, the bank has expressed their dissatisfaction of the scheme of the income, can you put there? Of the scheme of reconstruction due to too much loss given to them. The company's statement of financial position as at 30th June 2020 was as follows. You write your exams in July, so by then June will be thing of the past. Okay. I limited self financial position is there. Okay. Now, if you understand the question, the company is designing a scheme for reconstruction and if asked the bankers, approach them to lose scrap off 38 million. So the bank, so they are unhappy and they've approached you as a consultant or as a receiver. Advise them what will happen to them on liquidation. The question is in two folds. First of all, advise the bank what will happen to them in case of what liquidation. So advise natural bank. The bank is natural. In fact, you have to put it in here. Yeah. And as approach their bank, their bankers, into bracket, natural bank. So you can put it there. If you have the hard copy, you can put it there. Okay. After advising the bank their position in case of liquidation, you should not end it there and explain whether they should accept the laws proposed by the new management. What laws? They are saying that the bank should waive off 38 million of their investment. So take note. So that is it. Now you scan through the footnotes. Let's see. Note once and the PP in the statement of financial position comprise of the following. Comprise the following at net book values. So they are there, land and building up to motor vehicles. So this figure, the breakdown for the PPE given to us, that's what they are telling us there. Good. So this one is the PPE schedule. Now beneath it, they are giving us fair values and then the reserve value of the building. So it's saying that it's sustained that as at 1st July. In fact, for capital reduction, if you want to save time, you can just go straight to the point. Because there's a technique that you can use without going through all this. Yeah, then you'll be fine. So that's, I think I'll use that one. Good. So, but this one is a revision phase where we will give you strategies to get the paper early or finish early. Good. So we start the advice. Before we can advise natural bank, we should know the statement of liquidation. So we have to prepare what? Statement of liquidation before we can advise the natural bank. So let's go and prepare statement of what? Liquidation. First, that's the first thing you have to do. Good. Now let's go straight to the board. Let's go straight to the board. Let's go straight to the board. Now, hey, trouble. This session is not coming well. Good. So, A, statement of liquidation. Statement of liquidation. Please, this question is good that it's compulsory for everyone. Hey, the liquidation is going up. Oh. It's very good. Statement of liquidation. Now, with the statement of liquidation, here, the company will not survive. In fact, reconstruction just revolve around failing company or struggling company, and that company have only two strategies or two options. Any failing company that you see have only two options. One, liquidate or reconstruct. Good. In exams, you're going to perform calculation on all this. So take note. We are in the liquidation aspect. So if you have to select one, which one will you do? If the loss per liquidation is cheaper, you select that one. Maybe here is 1,000 Ghana, yes, 850. So it's cheaper to reconstruct than to liquidate. If here is, let's say, 200 and here is 1,000, here is cheaper for you to liquidate than to construct. So take note. By next time, when the examiner asks you, prepare reconstruction scheme, good, whether it's cheaper or not, you have to prepare it. Okay. So in liquidation, all we have to do is this. We are going to sell all assets. Sell all assets. All what? Assets. And we are going to use to pay the liability. Sell all assets plus the cash. And then let's distribute to the entity. Most often, the failing company will not have what? Cash. But the guy is struggling. But sometimes they might have cash. So take note. Okay. Good. Yeah, we will go through. Good, we will go through the footnotes. Now, if you are going to sell all the assets, what do you do? To avoid oversight, just go to the company's financial position and list all the assets. So right here, proceeds. You do like this. All the assets on the company's balance sheet, just the name without any figure. So let's go to the financial position. So you're going to pick just what? Just the name. Just the name of the assets. Good. So the first one is the PPE. Right, there's a breakdown. So let's go and pick the breakdown instead. So the breakdown is land and building, just the name, furniture and fittings, equipment, motor vehicles. Then you are done. Good. So land and building. So land and then building. What again? Yes, we will go through. Good. Land and building, furniture. and fittings. And then equipment. Then what again? Motor vehicles. I do this because normally it asks, where do I start from? It asks, where do I start from? Right after read the question. And a statement of liquidation. Just copy all the names of the assets. Where can you get it? It's in what? The financial position. Please, if you use the footnote to derive the asset, it might not be in the order. Good. So take notes. Then let's go to the financial position to pick up the remaining ones. So from PP is the one that you pick the breakdown. Good. Then you go to investment property. Just the name without the figure. You are just picking the name. Good. Okay, sorry. Good. So let's continue. You list all the assets. All the assets. So let's continue listing them. So let's go to investment property. So on the face from the PP, investment property, goodwill and intangible. Good. So from there, that's where we go to. So you go to investment property. Goodwill and intangible. And you continue, list all the assets. Good. Inventory, trade receivable. So inventory and trade receivable. If there's cash, kindly add the cash. For the cash, you can pick the figure. Now let's do something here. Good. Okay. Now, if you listed all the assets, we are going to sell the assets. What are the values that we have to go and pick? What are the values? So let's list them down. One, the value that we have to pick will be, first of all, it's in this order. First, consider the first sale value. First sale value. If first sale value is the same as what? Liquidated value. It's not the same as what? Break up value. These three words are the same. So that's the amount that we have to pick for the assets. If they are not there, you can pick what? The net realizable value, or realizable value. It's also called net disposal value, or the disposal value of the assets. If this is not there, then you can now go to the recoverable amounts. Recoverable amounts. Until you come to what? The fair value. Fair value. So have you seen this thing? Oh, sorry, the fourth one is the fair value. Let me read here. Fair value. Fair value or value in use. Please, if these ones are there, you come and pick this one, they are wrong. So take note. So you go to the question. When you go, they'll give you some figures. Some are 2, some are 3. What do? You are purposely looking for what? For sale value or liquidated value or breakup value or the realizable value. Realizable value. If it's not, they do the realizable value. Before you come to recoverable amount, the recoverable amount, and then finally the fair value. So that is it. Now let's write the currency there, and then you go to the footnote. All of this will be in the footnote. So you go to the footnote, and then you pick them up. Then you are done. So let's now see. So you have 2 currencies. One will be here. Don't forget that you're reporting in millions. Another currency, one will also be here. It's also in millions. Millions, eh? Good. So millions. Now, so I go to the footnote. Please be with me. In the footnote, just pick the proceeds. So as this order, in this order. So that is it. So what do you do? So now let's go. So John says that it is ascertained that as at 1st July 2020, the land and buildings has a fair value of 2,500 million, but it could be realized on that date for 1,600. So it means that the net disposal value or the realizable value is what? 1,600. So for land and then building. So we go and put that one in. Can you put that the last currency? So 1,600 land and building. Go 1,600. Then you continue on the game. So let's see. The value in use. The value in use of equipment and motor vehicles are 750 and 800 respectively. Equipment and motor vehicles have realizable values of 600 and 700. Okay, so for equipment it's what? 600. Now let's go to the board. Equipment 600. So equipment is here. 600. And the motor vehicle is what? 700. How we get that? Motor vehicle is what? 700. So that is it. Now let's continue the game. Okay, the next footnote says that although furniture and fittings have been recognized at its fair value in the statement of financial position, their for sale value is estimated to be 500. So for sale value is what? 500. Good. So let's go and put it up. So furniture and fittings is what? 500. Good. Now we are continuing the game. So you see how the game will look like? Very interesting. This one is look and pick. Look for the figure and then select it. So the next item on the list is the investment property. They have to tell us. So the investment property of the company has a fair value of this, but the for sale value is what? 2,300. So that's about it. The first sale is what? 2,300. So if you do this, you just have to go to the footnote and just be picking the figures and to be flowing like that to you, and then you'll be fine. But now let's move on. They're saying that goodwill, note 3, goodwill is considered to be worthless, no money, you can't sell it. In fact, if I've seen this goodwill, you will not even add it. So worthless, goodwill is what? Worthless. So what do you do? If goodwill is worthless, you will write dash. You are not going to sell it. You don't get anything. Good. So dash, goodwill. Then we go to intangible. So in that order. Okay, they are giving us inventory, note 4. No, they are giving us trade receivable. They are saying, and 20% of trade receivable are what? Irrecoverable. Good. So what's the percentage of the recoverable one? Good. I like that. That's 80%. So if you're not going to receive 20% of the receivable, then you receive only 80. So what's the receivable figure? Let's go to the financial position to pick the receivable. So trade receivable is what? 300. Trade receivable is what? 300. Good. Trade receivable is 300. So 80% of 300, that would be 80% of 300. Good, that's 240. So that one is trade receivable, so I'll do it here. 80% times 300. Then you push the answer there. I'll write the answer. Good. Then what do you do? Now let's continue the game. It's saying that inventory can only be realized at 380. And then the recoverable amount of intangible is assessed to be what? 200. So recoverable 200. So intangible will be 200. So intangible 200. Inventory 380. And this one gives us the 240. I hope you get that. Good. So that is it. Then you put them together. Okay. So this is the proceeds, and that's the end of the game. So that's the end of the game. So kindly sum all up for me, and let's see the total. So sum all up, and then let's see the total. Okay, so can you do that for me? Okay, so that's fine. So 6520. 6520. We call this total proceeds. Total proceeds. Good. So total proceeds. That's the total proceeds. So when you sell all the assets, this is the figure they are going to get. When you sell all the assets, these amounts are going to arrive at. Now, when you get this figure, the total proceeds, and tell the examiner that it should be distributed as follows. So you say distributed as follows. I should not link to the procedure. No. So that is it. So distributed, down should come down beneath it. Distributed as follows. Now we have to go and share this money. Yes, to the various key stakeholders. That's the creditors or the debt holders. But we have hierarchy. We have a way of sharing it. Good. So we go through. Good. It depends on the number of the items that which is present in your question. So that will determine the ticks of it. Ticks. But your exam question will not be loaded like this, please. This one is for preparation. Your exam question will not be loaded like this. Yes. We did this one for intention. Good. So your exam question will not be loaded. Now let me give you a critical example. Now watch the second question is one of your exam questions. That one is not loaded like this. Now look at this. The non-current asset is just one. There's no breakdown. This is a typical exam question. Good. Don't worry about. Look at your financial position. Good. So that is it. And now you go through this, you'll be fine. Okay. So that is it. Good. Now, distributed as follows. You have to share the money in order. Whom should you pay first? First of all, we have to pay what? We have to pay any liability with what? Fixed charge. So the first payment should go to what? Liability with what? With fixed charge. So liability with what? So first one goes to, please next time don't bring the one here. I'm bringing it here so that to guide us. Okay, let this thing go down. So liability with fixed charge. Fixed charge. How do you know liability with fixed charge? So the liability with fixed charge, you know this, or you say this in a financial position. This is a debt which has been secured on a particular asset. Debt which has been what? Secured. So any liability that is secured on a particular asset, that's a liability with a fixed charge. How do you know that this debt is secured on fixed on assets or fixed assets? What you do is that you go to the question. Now let's go there. Check the financial statement first. Go to the liabilities. Make sure that check all of them. You see, non-current liabilities, 15% debenture secured on property, plant, and equipment, 4,500. So that's a liability to the fixed charge. Good. This one is floating charge, not fixed. If it's not in the question, in a in the financial statement, they'll give it to you in the footnote. Like this question. Question 2, for instance. Non-current 10% loan note, no fixed charge. Bank order, no fixed charge. When you go to the last footnote, the 10% loan note was secured as a charge on the inventory. So it was given to you in the footnote. So this is a fixed charge. Good. So take note. So we are going to pick the liability with the fixed charge secured on the PP, that's 15% debenture. What's the value? The value is what? 4,500. Now let's look at the board. Now, if the debenture, we are owing them what? 4,500. We have to compare this to the amount that we sell, or we sold the assets. We are owing them 4,500. What is the proceeds coming from PPE? When we dispose of the PPEs, how much do you realize? So I'll take the camera up. No, the PP is made up of 4 assets. What are they? The 4 assets. Good. So the PP is made up of what? It's made up of land and building, furniture, equipment, and motor vehicles. So sum all these 4 proceeds together. Sum all the 4 proceeds. What do you get? And let's see if it will be enough to be used to pay what? The 15% debenture holders. So kindly take note. So kindly take note. It's 3,400. I like that. Yes. And people are in position. 3,400. Meanwhile, the debt is what? 4,500. Can we pay? Can 3,400 pay this 4,500? Even though the total price is 6,000, which is more than the 4,500. We cannot use all this money to come and pay you. You have secured your debt on assets, and that asset is bringing 3,004. So for now, we are going to give you the 3,004 for the meantime. So for 15% debenture, but the way the thing is going, I don't like it at all. Going down. I'm not feeling comfortable actually. So 15% debenture. We can only pay them what? So bring it under the first currency. So we check. So have you seen this one? So under it, under here, right? Good. So it must come under the first currency. So first currency. So let me write it here. And what do you do? So you write a 3,400 million here. Good. So that's the amount you can pay them. What about the remaining balance? Left with what? 1,100. That 1,100, tell them that for now there, we can pay them this. So this figure will be what? Will be unsecured liability. So when we are paying the unsecured liabilities, please come for your share. How we get that? Please come for your share. So the 1,100 become unsecured. The 1,100 becomes what? Unsecured. So take notes. Okay, so that is it. Now the next liability on the list will be who? Okay, now let me take this. What if the proceeds is not 3,400, but instead it is what? 5,000. When we sold the asset, we had 5,000. When we sold the asset, we had what? 5,000. It means that we have more than the value. So you only pay them the 4,500 so that we can pay their full amount. So I write the full amount here, 4,500, because the proceeds, more than what? The value of that. So take notes, then you are done. Perfect. But this around it, this is not the case. So you'll be fine. Good. So now let's continue with the game. Second, the next type of liability that you have to pay, there are 5 classes of debts. We have 5, so you are going to do up to the 5th one. The second one is the cost of liquidation. Cost of what? Liquidation or liquidation expenses, which include the receiver's money. That's the liquidator's money. Yes, I call him receiver. So cost of liquidation. Liquidation expenses. Cost of liquidation. Okay, let's make it cost of liquidation expenses. Liquidation expenses. And that figure, let's go and pick it up. It's in the footnote. Check the footnote. If there's no liquidation expenses, you ignore. So say liquidation expenses are expected to be 40 million. Liquidation expenses are expected to be 40 million. Let's go back to the board. So liquidation expenses, wow. Liquidation expenses, 40 million. So the 40 million will be like this. How we get it? The next type of liability will be what? The third one, we call it preferential liabilities. Preferential liabilities. Or liability with preference treatment. Preferential liabilities. Preferential liabilities. Can you check with the question? Do you have preferential liability in the question? What are examples of preferential liabilities? Examples of preferential liabilities. Now, let's look at some examples here. Let's look at some examples here. Good. Now, examples of preferential liabilities. They are 1. Statutory owings. Statutory what? Owings is what the government, such as what? Tax, Senate, statutory insurance, or you owe your employees wages and salary, owings to employees. Maybe 6 months, you are liquidating, you are earning shutting down your business, but you do not pay your employees for the past 6 months or 3 months. So that's the liability with preferential treatment or preferential liability. But in this question, do you have something like that? How do you know? You check the financial statement first to pick it up, and then you are done. Good. Good. So now let's see. You check. Go to the current liabilities. Go to the current liabilities. If it's not there, go to the footnote. There's no liability with preferential treatment. This one, preference dividend are in arrears for 3 years. Good. So that is it. Okay, so in this question, there's no preferential liability. Then you are done. So kindly take notes for us. Okay. So you go and then you bring dash. If there's any dash, if there's any preferential liability, you bring it and then probably you are done. Good. Now the next one that you do, the fourth one will be liability with floating charge. So all right, liability with what? Floating charge. In fact, yes, no go here. No go here. Okay, to go. Let me see. Liability with what? Floating charge. Liability with floating charge. So that is it. Now, liability with floating charge. Can I clean it and then do it on top? Okay. Because it's in here and down. Let me clean it. That's the ball. So let me give you some small time to copy it. Or if copy it, or when you get a video, you can copy it from it. This video will pop up soon. It will pop up soon. Okay, so that is it. Okay, so if I should continue from the top, we are on the fourth one, so I'll continue the fourth one here like this. Please. Okay. I'll continue the fourth one here like this. The fourth one is liabilities with floating charge. With floating what? Charge. Now to scan through the question. That's the fourth. What type of liability? Liability with floating charge. So what are they? So go to the question. Check the trial balance. Sorry, check the financial position first before check the footnote. The financial position, go to the liability section. Bank overdraft secured as what? As a floating charge, which is 500. Good. So that is it. So bank overdraft 500. Bank overdraft 500. So right here, bank overdraft. Bank overdraft. So 500. Under the second currency. Good. So that is it. Now the fifth type of liability. Yeah, the unsecured liability. But please, I call it accounting boundary. Before you cross the accounting boundary, what do? Please get the balance first. So I've not cleaned the down one. Let's add from 1, 2, 3 up to 4. So let's go to 1, 2, 3. Good. So can we start adding them for me? Starting from where? Starting from this plus this. Please, the fourth one, I wrote it at the top there, which is the 500. Add all. So can you add them for me? And then you'll be fine. So when you add this, what do you get? So when you add, what do you get? 3940. Perfect. So you underline it, push it here, 3940. It's continuation. My space not enough, so that is it. Then you finally subtract it again. You finally subtract it again. Then what do you get? So you got this one, balance left for the fifth guy. Balance left for unsecured liability. Balance left for unsecured liabilities. What's the balance left for unsecured liabilities? I like that. 258L. 258L. And this is how we are going slowly. The same way as you go slow, then shoot up. Now let's go to the fifth one. The fifth people. Whatever there's no security on their debt, that's a highly risky. So unsecured liabilities. Unsecured liabilities. Now, here you list all the liabilities left. Unsecured liabilities. Kindly list all the liabilities in the question, aside what we have listed here. So let's go to the financial position. But before you do that, make sure that there is a remainder of the fixed charge, which was 1,100. So you say 50% debenture, the remaining balance, because you only paid 3,400. So the 50% debenture, what do? If you want to find the what is it? Yeah. Sorry. Good. So sorry, can you give some few minutes? Let's see. Okay. So the remaining balance, the 1,100. Yes, the board is off. It will come soon. Okay. The remaining balance of the bank debentures, 50%, 1,100. So you write it down. Then you go to the financial position to pick the remaining balance. I hope you get that. Good. So that is it. Okay. So that is good news. So now let's go to the financial position and let's go and pick the remaining figures. The remaining figures. Good. The remaining figures. Yes, please. The screen will come. Let me even take it off. The screen will come. Yeah. So comes now. Let's go to the financial position to pick the remaining liabilities. The remaining liabilities. So 50% is there with it. Can have trade payable and accruals. So what are the figures? Trade payables and what? Accruals. So these are the two items that are left for us to pay. Good. Good. So the trade payable is 1,200. And then the accruals is what? Now it's 100. Can you add all this for me? And let's see the debt that left for us to pay. But our funds to be able to settle them. Good. So what do you get? You get 2,700, right? Good. That's good. So 2,700. What's the balance left? The balance left to pay the unsecured debt is what? Is 2,580. So it might not be enough to pay this money. So what do? Prorate it. Good. Good. So we have to prorate it. How do you do the prorate? You pick this, divided by this, times what left. So the venture will be 1,100, or divided by the 2,700 times 2,580. How we get that? Good. Still coming clear? Let's write it in 4 here. Good. So that is it. Now it will be the 1,100 all divided by 2,700 times the 2,580. So how much can we pay them? We can pay them. Good. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Debenture. All divided by 2,700 times. So you have 1050. 1. So what's the next one? The next one is what? Oh, this animal kills the struggle here. Okay. Now let's see. The next one will be good. The next one is trade payable. And now I will be 1,200 all divided by 2,700 times 2580. Please, what will be the answer? Good. I like that. 1147. 1147. Now let's do accruals. It will be what? 400 all divided by 2,700. What do you get? Accruals will be what do you get? Accruals 382. Perfect. So accruals will be 382. I like that. 382. So you are going to give them 382. Can we sum all of them together? What do you get? So now that we get this, I can now clean this section from there to avoid confusion. This section is gone. I hope you have the solution there. I'll ask you. I'll pick the figures. Good. Good. So it will be the same as this. 2580. I should not even add it to. So we call this one available. available for ordinary and preference shareholders. So that would be what? Dash. Good. I'll get that. Then right here, let's assume that there was money, maybe 300 Ghana cedis. That's what you're going to use to pay the preference and ordinary shareholders. And what do? You write preference. In fact, ordinary share and preference shareholders, what? Similarity. Yes, so we pay preference shareholders first before ordinary shareholders. So say preference shareholders or preference shares. Their value that you bring it, the value from the financial position, that's what we are paying. Yes, that over here is dash. So you subtract it, whatever remains, let's give it to the ordinary shareholders, whatever remains. So this figure is for what? Ordinary shareholders. Ordinary shareholders. Please do it to take here in that order. Then you are done. Can you get it? And then before we move on. Please know that this question today we will kill it. Whatever be the case, the question must go down today. Good. If you have any question, kindly ask. Then we move on to the analysis. If not solve the question A, gentle reminder, the A part cannot done with it at all. Not at all. So we should advise the natural bank of its position in case of liquidation. So first of all, we have to prepare the statement of liquidation before we can do the advice. Good, so that is it. Okay. So what do? Now let's go and then prepare what you call analysis statements, or we call loss per liquidation, or you can also call it the position of the key stakeholders. That's the next one that we will prepare. Position of what? The key stakeholders. So let's go and do that one. Please, I'll clean the board and then I'll need figures from you. So if you don't have it, when they're giving the figures, can you join them and then so like can also have some of the figures. Yeah. Okay, so now let's move on. Okay, so let's go to the next illustration. We are still analyzing the position of the bank, natural bank. Good. Now let's see. So things are here, the ordinary shareholders and preference shareholders, they are not even getting one cedi, they are losing everything. Good. They are losing everything. So that is it. Now let's see. So say the position of the key stakeholders. Position of the key stakeholders. Now, to know their position in event of liquidation, position of the key stakeholders in event of what? Liquidation. Of the stakeholders in event of what? Liquidation. So what do? Write a key stakeholder. So the stakeholder will be here. Write a position before liquidation And what's the position after liquidation? That will tell us what the loss per liquidation. So here will be loss per liquidation. Loss per liquidation. Liquidation. So that is it. Now let's list all the key stakeholders. How do you pick them? The key stakeholders, they are the one that we listed them in the distribution process. So you pick them. Or you pick the equity. Go to the equity section and pick the ordinary and preference shares. Holders. So ordinary shareholders. So it's a key stakeholder. Preference shareholders, they're also key stakeholders. The 15% debenture holders, they're also key stakeholders. Who again? The bank overdraft. So here, after listing the equity, you list all the liabilities. So from here coming is all the liabilities, all liabilities. Just mention their name. Equity, ordinary share, and then all the liabilities. So 15% debenture, that's non-current. That's where I started from. Then what do you do? Then what do we do? Okay. Sorry. This one there. Like a magic. Okay. I know it'll be fine. Good. So let's continue. Now the bank overdraft, they are not even losing a percent of their money because they are getting their money intact. That is it. So that's the first analysis. Now, second, when you go through the question, they said something here at the top of the question. They said that and has approached their bankers who owes 85% of the overdraft, which is 500, so that's 425, to waive off 38 million of the bank overdraft to save the failing company. However, the bank has expressed their dissatisfaction with the scheme of the reconstruction due to too much loss given to them. So that's why they're asking you that should they accept the loss that the company is giving to them? Should they? So explain whether to accept the loss proposed by the new management. Yeah, no way. They will not agree. Because if upon liquidation, I am not losing 1 Ghana cedi, and you are telling me that because of your reconstruction, I should lose, then I'll disagree. I work at it and then force for liquidation. Because I know that when I force for liquidation, I'll not even lose a percent of my money. So the bank will not agree, and the bank must not agree. Good. So that's the two analysis. First of all, they will not lose anything. And as a result of this, they should not accept any loss coming from management. They will not be ready to accept any loss. Good. But what about the holders of the debenture? Assuming that now the bankers or the holders of the debenture, they've asked them to scrap off 38 of their funds. What to do? The analysis. Here they should accept. Why? They should accept the 38 because upon liquidation they are losing 49. So if they say we should lose 38, I think it's reasonable. We go for the cheaper loss. The company is struggling. if we allow them to liquidate, we are going to lose 49 million. And let us accept their proposal of what 38 and let's move on. Please watch out for something like that. Yes, it has to be on the bench or overdraft, so you'll be fine. Now let's move on. Okay. Okay, so let me take it again from the question. The bank has been what? The company, an overdraft of what? The 500, the overdraft is 500. Where are you? Good, this 500 you see here, the bank, that's Natural Bank. The name of the bank is called Natural Bank. I wanted to key it in, it didn't come. Oh yeah. So has approached their bankers into bracket Natural Bank, who owns 85% of the overdraft. Now the overdraft is how much? For 500, right? So if they owe 85, that will give us 425 Ghana cedis. Good. And then out of that 425, the company is saying that they should waive or cancel 38 because the company is failing. So the bank have run to you, but the bank does not understand capital reduction. Now there you understand. So for today, you are a liquidator, you are a receiver. So what do we do? So the bank is asking you that if the company collapses right now, it's overdraft, is it safe? And we perform the calculation, then we inform the bank that yes, your overdraft is what is saved because you are not losing anything, you are getting it intact. That is it. Oh, okay. All right, sorry. So the analysis will be like this. In event of liquidation or winding up, the bank will not lose anything. They will not lose anything. And hence, they will not accept the loss of 38. And hence, they will not accept the loss of 38. So the company is saying that, please, we are starting. Can you stop off 38 of the overdraft? It's too much. So the bank was confused. Why us? We have a security on the loan. We've secured the overdraft on all your assets. So why should you tell us that we should stop off 38? Well, let's see. Let's perform calculation and prove it and see. So the bank was looking for a consultant and happened to be that you've qualified from the challenge of bankers. So they have appointed you or they've contacted you to look for their interest, to advise them whether they will survive or. So upon the calculation, they are not losing anything. So upon liquidation, upon reconstruction, they shouldn't lose anything. Good. So that is the analysis. Because the question is in two folds. Advise the Natural Bank first. So the advice will be of its position in case of liquidation. In liquidation, they are not going to lose anything. And explain whether to accept the loss. They should not accept the loss. Why? Because liquidation is cheaper for them. Because upon liquidation, they are not losing anything. So that is it. Please, the overdraft is 500. It's 500 million, but we have raised what? Millions. They are working in millions. Good. Let me key it in. I think I did something like that here. They are working in millions. All calculations are in millions. So take note. Our calculations are in millions. So that is the analysis. How do we get that? Great. So that's it. So that's how the analysis will be, and then the advice will be. Because something that we are not going to lose upon liquidation. You tell us we should lose. No, we not agree. However, if it's happened to be the debenture holders, then they should accept it quietly. Oh yes. Because if they go for liquidation, they are losing 49. When they go for liquidation, they are losing what? 49 million. But the bank is saying, you there, stop off 38. 38 is far better than 49. So for the debentures, it's okay. So that is it. For the ordinary shareholders, they should not even talk at all. For them, they are losing everything. So that is it. How we get that? So that's the analysis, okay? And then we find what we have done. We have performed the analysis on all the key stakeholders. Well, the question was requesting for the bank overdraft. I did this because you need to understand it fully. Okay. So that is it. Now let's move on. So let's go to the B part of the question. Please, a gentle reminder. If I'm not going through the capital allocation video, can you go through? Because there's a steps there, standard steps over there that you have to be aware of. Good. So that here we are solving this particular question for the intervention. Good. Okay. That's fine. So the B part is propose a scheme. Now there's a second question before this proposed scheme. There's a question that they will ask you. Please write it down. Yes. They will tell you that should the company liquidate or reorganize? That's the question. It's invisible. Should the company liquidate or reorganize? Okay, someone have a question. Please, yes. All this forward 5 marks. For 5 marks. Oh, this one they've given. Okay, someone have a question. Well, let's go and pick it up. So the next question they will ask you: should the company liquidate or they should reorganize? Good. So that one, before they ask you, now design the scheme for the reorganization. Design what? The scheme. Before they ask you that question. So now let's go to that section. Just that I'll add the design of the scheme. It's inside the design of the scheme, so I'll add all of them together. Now, in designing of a scheme for reconstruction, there are 6 standard steps that you have to be aware of. Good. 6 standard steps that you have to be aware of. Either the examiner will ask you that 6 steps individually, or will ask you together. So that is it. Now you have to take note of the 6 steps. 1, liquidation. So step 1, statement of liquidation. The position of the company in terms of liquidation. Step 2, maximum loss. Determine the maximum loss. So this is a loss by reconstruction. So if you know that this loss, you compare and choose what the least one. Usually, the maximum loss will be the lowest one. Then you will continue. Good. Good. Then you go to C, share of maximum loss. Share of maximum loss. And then you go to D, resources requirement. Resources requirement. You go to C, the proposed scheme. Proposed scheme. Sorry, it's not C. Proposed scheme. Then you go to D. That's we call it resultant statement of financial position. That's the result of the scheme. So you prepare financial position just after the scheme. So these are the 6 standards working. So the truth is that all what we are doing, we are just aiming at all these 6 standards working. So he has grouped them. If you realize, you have outside this alone, liquidation for 5 marks. You've done it, correct? He has also asked us the scheme. We should draw up the scheme. So from here, coming up to the proposed scheme, that's where it's asking us for another 10 marks again. Have you seen? And finally asking us the financial position for the 10 marks. Sorry, for the 5 marks. Good. So that is it. Good. Okay. So now let's see. So this is a structure. No matter how they ask the question, once it's on scheme writing, you cannot do away with it. You cannot do away without these steps, and then you are fine. So these are the steps. So if you get this one, I'll be fine, okay? Good. Now let's move on. So we are at here. We are going to start maximum loss, share it, then resource you need, and then the proposed scheme, and then you are almost done. Then the financial position, then you are done. Good. So this is the structure. Good. So now there's something I've not key in this requirement, which is, should the company liquidate or they should reorganize? Now you compare the losses per liquidation and losses per maximum loss. Before you continue, if you realize that the loss of liquidation is lesser than this, it's cheaper. Oh, what do? Liquidate. Now you don't continue these steps again because you are liquidating. Good. So that is it. Now let's move on. So you are going to determine the maximum loss. So that's the next step. After that one, then we compare the total loss with the loss to liquidation to determine whether the company should liquidate or they should reorganize. That is it. Good. Okay. So let's proceed. Good. So let's go and prepare the statement of what? Determination of maximum loss. So that's the next one they're asking you. So they could have just asked you just one question. Propose a scheme and prepare the financial position. That's for how many marks? 20 marks. You are done. Going through all these steps. Okay, so determination of maximum loss. Determination of what? Maximum loss. Then you are done. Now, we are solving the P aspect. Good. So determination of maximum loss Now, what's the meaning of maximum loss? That's the total loss that we are likely to incur, or the loss that we have to claim from our books before we can revive the company, or before we can reposition the company. Because if you want to reposition the company, certain losses must be claimed from the books. If not, the company will still face challenge. So that loss is what we mean by what? Determination of the maximum loss. How do we get that? Good. Now the losses, this is where Or this is how we start the calculation. The losses will be like this. Now, the losses, where are they? So that we go for them and come and write them here. The losses, what are we going to look for the losses? The losses, they can be losses coming from your assets, or losses coming from your equity, or losses coming from your liability. But for your case, to come from assets and equity, liability, no. So on the financial position, just check your assets and liability. So these are the recorded losses. So I call this one recorded losses. Some of the losses, because we are struggling, we don't want to even record it. Other than that, it will even disgrace us more. Some of the losses, we are hiding it in a footnote. So we have uncaptured or unrecorded loss or unaccounted for. Okay, so that's fine. Some of the losses are not on the balance sheet. They are in a footnote. 2, losses that is not captured it. Unrecorded. We have not recorded it, right? Yet to be recorded. So in a footnote. So footnote, what do you? The losses are the income surplus. And then the income surplus is the one that we will charge with the equity. So let's consider the cost of reorganization. So reorganization expenses, that's 1. And 2, preference dividend in arrears. So these are the losses in the footnote. Then you are done. Now let's go straight to the game. So we start from assets and here, and then before you come to this, then we are done. Good. This is the format. I write asset here. I write carrying amount or book value. So book value, which is the same as what? Carrying amount. CA. Carrying amount, the book value. Yeah, the word is bleh. Sorry, I can see. Is it okay now? I think it's a bit okay. Okay, so this all the assets. This is the book value, going concern value, going concern. Don't forget that the figures are in millions. Don't forget. And here, loss per reconstruction, or the maximum loss. So that's the total loss that we have to claim from our books before we can reposition the business for future continuity. So please, here what do? You go to the financial position. Kindly list all the assets. List what? All the assets. List all the assets. So including their values. So book value. The book value is what is in the financial position. That's the book value or the carrying amount. So we start again and start listing them here. This I think our second time of listing them. So it will be fast. Okay, land and building is here. So land and building, they are there too. Yes. I hope everyone have the material, the handouts, the hard copy of it, so you can open it and then be with that, so that we move faster. If we don't have it, don't worry, I'll just share. So let's record them. So land and building. So land and building. Then what again? F and F, so furniture and fittings. Then equipment. Equipment. Then motor vehicle. Then yes, so the value together with the value 2,200. Then what again? 700. Then what again? 800 and 900. 800 and then 900 together with their values. We'll finish right now, okay? Oh, we finish right now. No. So now let's go and pick the remaining ones from the fish. So we come here. And then we continue. PP, we listed them. Investment property, 2,500. Goodwill, 400. Intangible. Intangible is what? Is 500. And then that's perfect. So let's continue the game. So I'm writing them. Investment property. Investment property is 2,500. That is the book value, right? Good. Then goodwill is 400. Then what do you do again? Intangible. Intangible asset is what? Intangible, that's 500. You are listing all the assets, all. Please, my question is lengthy for a purpose. Good. Contains all what you need to know, except the preferential liability. Okay. Inventory is also asset. Here, all assets except cash, even though cash is an asset. Cash, we are not going to only lose. If you have 1,000 Ghana here, if you are struggling, it will not reduce the value of the cash that we have, not what we have to receive. Okay. The inventory is 700. Then trade receivable. Trade receivable, that is what, 300. No. So that is it. Now, that is the PP note is a note 1. Yes, it's a note 1. Is this one, the breakdown, right? This one, 700, 2,207, this one. So the PP in the statement of the financial position comprises the following: at net book value, that's the current amount. Putting them together, we have this. And this is what we place it here. Good, the 4,000, that's the breakdown of it. So indirectly, it's on a financial position, even though it's in the footnote. Take note. Hey, sorry, I thought I was showing you. Sorry, I thought I was expressing it. Okay, now let's move on. Now you're going to do the heartbeat. Please, and please again, I'm going to do the heartbeat. The going concern value, these values. Have you seen what we listed for the liquidation? You're going to turn it upside down. The reverse is true for going concern. Going concern means what are the values that when we survive, we will put on the assets. It's the revaluation, because there was a step in reconstruction where we have to what? We have to revalue all our assets. Because we are struggling. So let's revalue them, then turn it to, okay, PP. Okay, let me show the PP again. The PP note. So here's it. Here's the PP note. Note 1. They said that the PP in the statement of financial position comprises the following at the net book value. So this is a breakdown of the PP. Sum it up, you get 4,600. You go to the financial position, they have 4,000. That's the breakdown. How do you get that? Good. So that's how I got the PP. Thank you. How do you get it? Please, how do you get it? Okay. Good. That's perfect. Now let's move on. Please and please again. The going concern values, they are the values that we have to place on the assets. So that is it. When we revive the business. So for that one, there was some small rule. First, select the fair value of the assets. First, select what? The fair value. As you can see from this direction, I cannot see you. Turn my screen. So let me probably do it where? Okay, I think here you see. Good. So first one, select the fair value. It's also called revalued amount. So they have to revalue all the assets, revaluation. So revalued amount. If fair value is not there or the revalued amount is not there, good. Then you can also select what? The value in use. So second, value in use. Third, for this and this, sum up to give us NRV, net realizable value. If it's not there, fourth, you can use what? The recoverable amount. Recoverable amount. If it's not there, then use the forced sale value. Forced sale value or the liquidated value. So forced sale value. So forced sale value. So, and all of these will be in a footnote. So take notes. Please, if the fair value is there and you go and pick the going concern, go and pick the forced sale value, you are wrong. So take notes. So that is it. So this is the stage. In fact, the NRV and then the recoverable amounts, technically, they are the same. Technically. Yes, the recoverable amount is the higher of the two. The highest one between this and this is the recoverable amount. So that's what I'm saying. Technically, they are the same. Good. So that is it. So now we are going to the footnote. Kindly and please select the right figure for us. Good. Now let's go together. Okay. Here we are. Good. So you are looking for the fair value or value use. That's the going concern value. So you say that it is ascertained that as of 1st July 2020, the land and building has a fair value of what? 2,500 million. So I'll go and pick fair value, even though it could be realized on that date for 1,600. So that one is for liquidation. And this one is what? Going concern, reconstruction. Good. If you're going to reconstruct, this is a fair value. Perfect. So this is how it will be for you. Good. So that is it. So here it will be 2,500. So I'll go for furniture, equipment, and then those ones, like that. So if you have a question there and you see some of them, you can type it for me. Good. The value use of equipment and motor vehicles are 750 million and then 800 respectively. But they can be realized for 600. We don't like the realized value. So let's go pick the value use. So 750 for equipment and motor is what? 800. Good. Motor is what? 800. So 750 for equipment, 750. Motor is 800. Okay. Now, let's go back and pick the remaining ones then. Okay, so although furniture and fittings have been recorded or have been recognized at its fair value in the statement of the financial position, their first fair value is this. So it means that the fair value is the same as the carrying amount. Good. So you go and pick it up in the financial position, but don't you worry yourself because you've done it here. This is a carrying amount, this is a book value. So furniture have the same value, so 700 like this. Don't need to go to the question again because these are coming from the financial statement, the balance sheet item. Good. So that is it. Good. Now let's move on. Investment property of the company has a fair value of what? 2,650 million. So let's go and put it down. 2,650 million. Good work, John. Good work. I say right off, friend. Good is considered to be what? Worthless. Good. And 20% of the truth level are recovered. Wow. The 20% of the trade receivable are irrecoverable. So we can only receive what? Only receive the 80%. So we have to key in the 80%, which is the 240. So here dash, and then trade receivable, yes, so here will be 240 for trade receivable. Now let's continue to finish it up. We finish soon. Okay. Then you'll be fine. Now, good, we're done. Inventory can only be realized for 380. Here is, even they give us only one figure. So that one, we have to use that. We don't have alternative. So you're giving us a realized value because the liquidated value is not there. Sorry, the fair value is not there. Good. So that is it. So 380, and I said the recoverable amount of the intangible asset is what? 200. What we can recover? Good. Now let's go to the board. So recover amount of intangible is 200, intangible 200, inventory 380. Now let's go and calculate the maximum loss. Now to get the maximum loss, take the book value. See this minus this. So we can this minus this. Now if the answer is positive, write it. If it's negative, write it. Put in brackets. So this minus this, that gives us 300. And put it in bracket like this. Good. It means that this is a gain. It means that this one is what? A gain. So that is it. It means that this is again, and then it is the, why are you subtracting? Because you are going to net it off. This minus this dash. Have you seen? So now be with me. This minus this 50, right? This minus this 100. This minus this 150 negative. This minus this 400. This minus this 300. This minus this 320. This minus this 60. But you are done. I'm not doing it again. Good. Can you get me the total? So this is the total maximum loss coming from where? Assets. This is the total maximum loss coming from only asset, the company's assets. So that we're going to look for the equity and we add those that they have not recorded it, and then we are done. Let me bring it down small. Good. So can you sum them up for me? Wow, 780, perfect. So this is the total loss coming from the asset as a result of the valuation. Perfect, 780. Then what do we do? So we go to the equity, we are down the loss on assets. Let's go to loss on equity. Equity, normally one item, check the income surplus. You pick any items apart from the stated capital, which is the ordinary shares and then the preference shares. When you go there, any figure apart from the ordinary share and preference share, you bring it. So that's the income surplus. For this question, the income surplus. However, in some question, you may be given what? Capital surplus. That one will be positive figure. I have to also bring it. Yes, sometimes they don't tell you. You have to write it off. Yes, because you have to write everything off. But that will be a positive, a negative figure here. So income surplus, this was the income surplus of the company. Or the retained earnings. The income surplus or the retained earnings of the organization is what? Let's go and check it. Income surplus, where are you? Income surplus, where are you? Good, it's here. Oh. Income surplus 7,100 negative. So that is it. I like that. 7,100 negative. Perfect. But yeah. Hey, that's not the name of trouble. What do I do now? Good. I have to step you down. Income surplus 7,100. So you are done with the loss or the losses coming from the financial position. This part of the board is not coming over. Oh, we are done with the losses coming from financial position. That's 7,100. What are the losses which are not captured in the financial statements? That's the financial position. It will be in a footnote. Example, reconstruction expenses or reorganization expenses or reorganization expenses. Be careful so that you go and pick the liquidation costs, because the same note they will give you those two figures. So let's go and pick it up. Okay, which is what? Reorganization expenses will be 30 million. So that is it. Perfect. I like that. I like the answers. Good. That's 30 million. I like that. So 30 million will come here. What again? Is there any preference dividend in arrears? So if there's preference dividend in arrears, so now let's see. Preference dividend in arrears. Last footnote also. Yes, why you? Preference dividend is in arrears of 3 years or 3 years arrears. So what's the preference shares? Let's go and pick the preference shares. Where are you? Preference share. 12% cumulative preference shares. All what you have to do is you have to calculate 1 year dividend, which is the 12% on the 1,500. That's for 1 year. How many years? I'm not good. How many years are they owing? 3 years. So what do? You multiply it by 3, then you are done. So you call it preference dividend in arrears. Preference dividend in arrears. In arrears. Open your bracket, bring your 12% times the value of the preference shares. Value, not number of shares. So times the number of years, 3 years. This is not the answer. I like your answer, which is what 540. Kindly put all of them together, and that's the total maximum loss. And that's the total loss that we have to claim from our balance sheet or from our books before we can reposition the organization, yes, for profitable movement. This was the total. This was the total maximum loss. So right here, total maximum loss. Hey, 540, good. I'll take that. Overall total maximum loss. Overall total maximum loss. Overall total maximum loss. I like that. 84 is, where did you get the 3 years from? Good. The 3 years is in the footnotes. Let's go. Last but one. It says that the latter part of note 6, preference dividends are 3 years in arrears. If there are 3 years in arrears, what do? Find it, multiply by 3, you're done. So that is it. Great. So it will be 8450. So 8450. So this is the total maximum loss that we are likely to claim from our balance sheet or our books before we will be go. Now from here going, in fact, from here going, you have to score everything. Because from here going, most of them are discretionary. You can use your own, because now you are what? The liquidator. Good, you are the receiver. Today, the examiner have made us be a receiver. Good. Okay, now let's see how best we can do this. Now I want to ask a question. Should the company liquidate or they have to reorganize? Who can answer me? And I'll count that person as what? The accounting cracker for the night. Should the company liquidate or they should reorganize this company? That question will be among the list or your question. Should the company liquidate or reorganize? Any idea? Feel free and type your answer, okay? Just feel free and then ask all your questions. Yeah. You can also put your own in the comment section. Yeah. Should the company liquidate or they have to reorganize? In fact, before you make that decision, you have to compare. Good. Why? They should reorganize. Why? You have to compare the total loss per liquidation and the total loss per reorganization. If they should reorganize, the total loss will be 8450. What about liquidation loss? Sorry, they should liquidate. Oh, I've taken the crown. Taking the medal. Oh, they should reorganize. I've taken the medal. They should liquidate. I like that. Why? Give me a reason for the liquidation. Give me a reason for the liquidation. Why? Income surplus is negative. Negative amount. So does it mean that it should be added? Yes, please. Income surplus is negative, representing loss. And here we are calculating loss. This is a loss coming from assets. So what do? We add it. Reorganize. I like that. Fine. I like that. Reorganize. Why? I need a reason. If it's a liquidation, just write something small. Why? Is the reason that we are looking for. Liquidation cost is 6520. Whilst okay, 960. Okay. And perfect. In fact, you have the idea. You have okay. What's the reason? Reorganize. Please bring your suggestion on board though. Because liquidation loss is what? 962. Good, I'll take that. Just that let's add one or two stuff to it. Now, to make that decision, you have to determine the total loss upon liquidation. How do you get a total loss upon liquidation? Don't worry at all. Go to the loss per liquidation that we calculated. Sum all the loss up. But there's one popular loss that is not added. This guy is not added it, so add it to it. When you sum all the loss, you have 9620 and add the preferred dividend to it. The preferred dividend, which is the 540, you get 10160. So this is the total loss per liquidation. Then the question is, Rosie asked this question that why is it that we not add the preferred dividend to it when they're calculating the 9620? Oh, sorry. So sorry, okay. So sorry. Good. Rosie asked the question that why we not add the preferred dividend, because over there it wasn't a key stakeholder. That's why we did that. Or we are just analyzing the key ones. Okay. So the loss per liquidation is a loss per liquidation. Okay, let me even loss per liquidation. What's the loss per reorganization? If they should reconstruct, the loss will be what? The loss that we had here, the total answer, total maximum loss, 8450. So what will be the decision? It is very cheap to reorganize than to liquidate and incur this cost. So take note, you'll be asked this question. Please, all these ones are not in the requirement too. They are not in my requirement. Good. So if I take note. Okay. So perfect. We are down with the maximum loss. Please, the first two workings are very important. That's the liquidation and then the maximum loss. If that side is wrong, it will follow you. So you finish your question. Yes. So make sure that I get correct. Now let's go to the next step. What's the next step? Who can tell me? I hope everybody gets it before I move on. Other than that, So if I have any question, kindly ask before I move on. Question time and understanding time. Try as much as possible. Get it very well for me. And then you'll be fine. Good, you'll be fine. Okay, so let's continue the game. Share of maximum loss. Perfect. Share of maximum. Now that we know the maximum loss, let's go and share. So have you seen, because liquidation is not cheap, but Reconstruction is cheap. We are going to do the reconstruction. And this is a maximum loss. In fact, let's share. Let's share the maximum loss. Let's go. Share of maximum loss. Share of maximum loss. Share of maximum loss. So that's BII. We are still on the question B. The first one we did another question B was the maximum loss. Okay, so share of maximum loss. Share of maximum loss. Share of maximum loss. Sorry, that part is not coming. Oh, it's still not coming. Fine. Let me clean it and write it down. So B part will be on top. Oh, that's okay. Let me go up. So okay, share of maximum loss. So that is it. What is a bit far from. So share of maximum loss is still under question B. Still under the question B. BII. The first part of B is the maximum loss. Here is share of maximum loss. Nice table. Look for the stakeholders and build them. So stakeholders. List all the key stakeholders. Everybody, here they everybody. Let's build them. This is the loss per liquidation. And this is the loss per reorganization. And then we are done. So the stakeholders, let's list them. Ordinary shareholders. Preferred shareholders. At 15% debenture holders. Bank overdraft. Where again? What's the name? Trade payable. Yes, trade payable. Where again? Accruals. Preference shares in arrears. Sorry, preference dividend in arrears. Good. And it's a total. It was the loss per liquidation. So here's loss per liquidation. And here we've calculated it. Good. Share of maximum loss. Share of maximum loss. Share of maximum loss. We are not clear about the liquidation amount of what? 9620. Now go to the workings. Is it about the figure, the calculation, how you got the 9620? Sum all the losses up. Shareholders alone, they are losing 8,000. The preference shareholders are also losing 1,005, so that's 9,500. The venture holders are losing 49. We sum all up. That's the loss per liquidation. That's the total loss per liquidation. Then you add the preference dividend in arrears, which is what? 540. Good. So that's the loss per liquidation. Please, I need those figures. On liquidation, ordinary shareholders are losing what? 8,000. For this workers, you've done it already. That's the loss per liquidation. The analysis. Good. Here they are losing 1,005. Here they are losing 49. Bank order, they're not losing anything. Trade payable, they are losing, I think 53 or so. Accruals, 18. Preferred dividend, they are losing all the dividend arrears. Total gave us 1,160. Perfect. Please, what is the total maximum loss? It's 8450. This is what we are going to share. This is the maximum loss that we are going to share. Agreed. So take notes. The maximum loss that we are going to share. Then you are done. The maximum loss. So let's see if we can start sharing the maximum loss. Please, and please again, the maximum loss sharing is your discretionary, but it depends on some principle, basic principle. You can decide to give any amount, but it must be guided. Now, the first rule is that the loss that you are going to share, it must be fair, just and equitable. Should not cheat anybody. Yes, fair in sharing the loss. So the rule is that please do not give anybody more than what you lose upon liquidation. Other than that, you force for liquidation. For instance, the venture holders are losing 49 upon liquidation. If you tell them that your so-called capital reduction scheme, they should lose 50, they will not agree, they will boycott it. Like Vanguard draft, if you tell them to even lose 5 cedi of the amount, they will not agree, they will force for liquidation. That's the rule. Even though it is discretionary, choose. But please, should not give anybody. So that's why this one is here for benchmark purposes, for comparison purpose, so that you will not go and give anybody higher than you deserve. How we get that? Good. So that is it. Perfect. Okay, so now let's start the sharing. Please, if there's preference, if then arrest, let's scrap that one off first. You scrap it off. You the preference dividend arrest. We are struggling. Why should we pay the dividend arrears? Please, it is discretionary, but we can scrap them off first. I think it will be fine. This one is fair. You are losing everything upon your liquidation, and then the dividend you expect us to pay you. Good. So that is it. Now the second one, just look at them. Please let us be fair. So yeah, someone proposed this in one of the intervention section. It was very good. He said we should give these people 10 Ghana. This guy will take 40, okay? This guy they take 30. Are we saying something like this is fair? Here to 0. Don't give this guy anything. In fact, that's one I'll state first. Preference shareholders, we are giving them 1,250. Ordinary shareholders should take the balance. That's all. Please, this is discretionary. You can use your own figures. So good. But don't forget that the rule is not give anybody more than you lose upon liquidation. Upon liquidation. Upon liquidation. That's it. Good. So any question for me? What will be the total? Which total? Please, which total? Can you come again? Which total? Total share of maximum loss. The one that we had, this, we are sharing this 8450. We had it from the immediate step that we did, the share of maximum loss, the 8450. That's the total. So we have given 540 to this That shows the balance. We are looking for the remaining balance. The balance should go to the ordinary shareholders. They should bear all. They should bear the remaining balance. How we get it? So we are sharing a total figure of this. Good. So that will give us 6. Please, what's the balance? What's the amount to remain? And then we move on. When you add the individual figure to be more than, good. Please, which of the individual figures? Can you come again? If you add the individual figures, it will be more than the total. No. Yes, 540, 10, 40, 30, 1250. It should not be more than 8 what? 8450. In fact, we are even adding 6580. We are even adding this to it. And to add all this to be equal to this figure. This figure. How we get it? Good. So kindly add again for me and then let's see. Okay, now let's move on. So this is a share of maximum loss. This is a share of maximum loss. We are done. It's purely discretional. Okay. Hey. Are we safe? Okay. Okay. Good. That's fine. That's fine. Good. Okay. So let's move on to the next step. I hope everybody gets it. Good. We're almost done. Once you get in here, the next one is almost done. What's the next step in the capital reduction? The scheme, design of the scheme, the procedure. Is the next step. Is the next step. Resource requirement, right? Good, resource requirements, perfect. So that's the resource requirement, good. So resource requirement. Resource requirement, good. Please, here is a bit technical, so look at how you are going to do it. Yeah, you're going to make use of this note very well. The last note. The reconstituted management team desired that IAD Limited should maintain a prudent current ratio of 2.5:1 after the scheme of reorganization. However, the ordinary shareholders will be willing to introduce any additional capital necessary to achieve the desired working capital. Good. So that is it. So resource requirement. I'll do that one at the other side of the board. I'll do that one at the other side of the board. So kindly be with me. And then you are fine. Kindly be with me and you are fine. Yes, you can tell to let the ordinary shareholders lose everything, but it must be fair. Yeah, if the ordinary shareholders are going to lose everything, let's say they are losing 8,000. In fact, the loss that you are sharing is 8,450. Already we have stopped off 540 here, so it means that they are losing more. So that one will not be good. Just like after bringing this one here, whatever remains, ordinary shareholders should bear. Have you seen? That's all. You can also choose like those who accept that for discretionary. So the difference between this and this, so let's find the difference. You can find it for me. So that's the simplest way to do it. So 8450 less 540. 7910. So you can tell the ordinary shareholder that they should lose what? 7910. Here they should lose dash, 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 dash. Wow, is it fair? Why all of them losing? Why all of them are not losing, but ordinary shareholders are losing? Why? Because for them they are the they take the residual interest. Good. So they should lose 79. Okay, let's move on. So let me do the resource requirement, please. That bit is a bit, that bit is still technical, so please be with me. Resource requirement. So that's the I. Resource requirement. Resource requirement. Resource requirement. Now with the resource requirement, here you have to list your receipt because with the reconstruct, you have to make some payment. And we have to also receive some money from the owners. Yes. So what do? So you write here receipt. Receipt. You can leave space here. Or you can start from the payment. I think when you start from payment, it's okay. When you start from the payment, I'll start from the payment. Today, I'll start from the payment. Good. But today, I'll start from the payment. So let's list all the payment. Payment. And then the receipt to come down like this. Have you seen? Good. The receipt to come down. And let's start with the payment. Now with the receipt, the payment will come. So list all the receipts. All the receipts. All of them. All the receipts. Sorry. Not receipt. Talking about payment. I'm so sorry. So the payment. Now what are they going to pay? Now here, be with me. Here, because it's discretionary, you can let a lot of discretionary item in. Now, some of the payments, they are compulsory. So you cannot go out, cannot dodge the compulsory payment, please. What do I mean by compulsory payments? Example, 1, the reconstruction expenses, reorganization expenses. So reorganization expenses. You cannot dodge it. It's in millions. The reorganization expenses, cannot dodge it. What's the figure? It is 30 million. Now you have to pay it. So all the payments, because we are this Designing a turnaround strategy. So what are the debts that you are likely to pay in the reconstruction? Please, when you are done, our advice, Hamlet, our appeal to you that please and please again, try. How many current liability do you have in the question? There are 3. Bank overdraft, trade payable, and accruals. Try and leave one. Or sometimes the owner will tell you that the bank have requested for their overdraft to be paid. When you see such notes in a question, when you see what such notes in a question, the bank have what requested their overdraft to be paid. So that one you have to pay right here, bank overdraft, because they say you have to pay. Or the debenture holders have requested 10% repayment. You have to pay 10% of the debentures. How do you get that? Something like this. Nice one. So, Bahamas, you see some of them in there. Bank overdraft have requested the amount to be paid. Now, if you don't see any of these things, please pay at least some of the current liabilities and leave one. So here I'm going to leave the bank overdraft and then we pay the remaining current liabilities. So that in a new business, you only have the overdraft, because the overdraft they are not losing. So left the trade payables. So let's pay off the trade payables. Let's settle the trade payables. Let us settle the accruals. Accruals, the accrued expenses. Why should you owe expenses in the new business, in the revived business? Let's pay them off. Why should you owe creditors in the revived business? Let's pay them off. For the bank overdraft, they are not losing. For them, let's maintain them, because you can't go and tell a supplier that, please, I'm scrapping off 40 million from the amount that I owe you, and you're not going to pay the remaining balance. No, you will not agree. So that's why we are paying them. So trade payable, let's pay them. How much are you going to pay them? Tell me. Trade payable. Who can tell me the amount? We're almost done, no, please. We're almost done. Right from here now, then they are true. This how much should you pay them? The trade payable. 53. I disagree. What's the amount that we owe them? Trade payable is 1,200. This is the loss. So this is the loss per liquidation. Trade payable is 1,200. Trade payable is what? 1,200. Agreed. So if you are going to pay them 1,200 net of the loss, because you told them they should stop off what? 40. So less 40, and you pay them the remaining balance. Agreed. If you stop off 40, then you pay them what? The remaining balance. They should stop off 40, and then you pay them the remaining balance. Let's pay them 40. No, I'll disagree. Because you are paying all the amount that we owe them, less what they are losing. Upon liquidation, we said they should lose what? Sorry, upon liquidation, they are losing 53. Per our scheme, we are saying they should lose what? 40. Per our scheme, they should lose 40. Now, if they are losing 40, how much left? How much will be their balance that we have to pay them? Good. So their balance will be the balance is 13. No, the balance will be 1160 because yes, 1160 because their value is what? 1,200. It's 1,200, and then we are scrapping off 40, so we should pay them 1160. What about the accruals? How much should we pay them? Accruals. Across to their value is 400, but we are scrapping off how much? 10 Ghana. So less than. You are paying them 390. Agreed. Across to you are paying them 390. So that is it. You are paying across 390. Perfect. So this so it means that in a new business, we are leaving only bank overdraft. Good. We are leaving what? Only overdraft. Now there's a very stubborn section. We call it resource requirement. Sorry, the working capital requirement. So investment in working capital. So working capital. Now it's a separate working that I have to go and do. It's a bit tricky, but it's not all that difficult. It's not that difficult. If you have done ratio, then it shouldn't be a bit difficult for you. So, okay, so that one, I think I'll do it somewhere. I'll do it here in clinic. So watch how you're going to do it. I'll do it here. When I'm done, I'll come and continue. I'll clean it and come and continue. Good. I'll clean it and come and continue. So workings again. Workings within what? Workings. Good. What do you do? We start working capital. Calculation of the working capital. That's a bit difficult section in all the workings. This section is a bit dicey. So please take notes and be with me. If you can score here, it means that you have a higher chance of scoring everything. Good. I can also skip here, okay? Yes. Don't delay in exams, so no, not at all. That's why you can skip. Now, they will tell you that the company wants to achieve a working current ratio of 2.5:1. Current ratio. Current ratio. Simple means current asset over what? Current liability is 1. Good. So where do we start from? Can we start from the current liability? Please here pick the new business. We have paid off all the current liability except the overdraft. So I'll write here bank overdraft. Good. So bank overdraft is the only current liability left. Bank overdraft. The bank overdraft figure is what? 500. So I'll double underline it. I'll go to current asset, please. This is the heartbeat. Kindly be with us. Current asset. It starts from inventory. What is the inventory? The new, you pick the figures from the going concern values. You pick the figure from where? The going concern values. So what's the value for inventory? Going concern. The going concern values. Perfect. 380. Good. What about receivable? Because in a new business, there will be only 2 assets. Yes. If there's cash, you bring cash. So inventory is 380. What about receivable? Receivable is 240, right? If there's cash in the question, don't worry, bring it. But here there's no cash. Good. There's no cash originally in the question, but here write cash. Write what? Cash into bracket the remaining balance. Underline it, leave a space. Hey. Good. Okay, so the cash is the difference. Leave a space. Leave a space. It represents the cash. That's the working capital. So that's either you call it cash or working capital because we are looking for working capital, right? Working on working capital. Good. So you write here working capital into brackets cash, the balancing figure. Cash or the balancing figure. Total asset. What will be the total current asset? CA. Now, let's do this analysis. If the current ratio, how do you find current ratio? It's current over current. So in a new business, the current ratio, which is equal to current asset over current liabilities, is to 1. Now they say it must be 2.5. So to be 2.5 is equal to current asset we don't know, all divided by current liability of what? 500. So in a new business, the only current liability will be what? 500 bank overdraft. So therefore, how do you find current assets? In fact, I'm talking plenty, just multiply. We are done. Whatever rate they give it to you, multiply by the overdraft or multiply by the debt. Leave one current liability, please. Leave one current liability. So it will be, open a bracket, the 2.5 times the total current liability is what? 500. Please, what's the answer? No. So 2.5 times 500. Answer. 1,250. Perfect. So it means that the total current asset must be 1,250. Sum them up. If it's not equal to this, the balance representing working capital requirements, or which is the cash that is introduced. And the balance is what? 630, right? But if you understand these bits, you'll be fine. It's not compulsory. You can just choose to ignore. Just that you lose marks. Yes, you will lose what? Marks. So that is it. Good. Okay, so kindly copy just the working capital section. So that I'll take it off. Just the working capital, not the top one. So now let's come and then put it in here that the working capital requirement will be what? So therefore, the working capital requirement is what? We come and put it here. We find it 630. 630. Now let me give you two ways of doing it. How you can score in exams. In exams, if the examiner did not tell you, you have to assume your own working capital. Do not assume ratio. Just assume any amount. Okay, they should have an amount of 200 Ghana cedis as what? As cash. Just write that money here. You are done. Don't go through this procedure, okay? When the examiner gives you the chance, if there's no working capital requirement in a question, they still give you only 2:1, 2:2. It means you have to choose your own 2:1, but now don't choose it. No, don't choose any ratio. What do? Use any amount that you like, do the calculation. After that, you can calculate the ratios if you want, and then you are fine. Or better still, you can also, you know that this figure is wrong, it will be wrong then. You place it by one discretionary item. If you know that this figure is what is wrong, you place it by one discretionary item. Suggest any item. Okay, they should go and buy assets. So you write here investment in assets. So new asset. Okay, let me take this section off. Going on. If you don't want to do what I claim, that one you put any figure here. I'll put something like 500 here. If I don't want to do what this one is very difficult, so I don't want to do it. I know this figure is wrong. I have to get a replacer. What do I do? So I'll write here new asset. They should go and buy new asset. New what? Asset. maybe 100 Ghana. Discretional. They'll mark this one correct for you, this one wrong. Of course. This one wrong, this one correct. So this one have come and replace the wrong that you're supposed to get here. So take note. But here there's no way we know it, so we have to go through. I know that some of you want to score 20 over 20, so let me do it for you, okay? Good. So here will be 630. Can you put all together and let's go and find someone to bill him? Receipt. So where are you going to get money to finance this amount, this payment? Where are you going to get the money? So let's sum it up and see. This is what you get if you sum it up. And then tell me whom we should bill, whom we should ask for the money. Two, 2-2-1-0, good. 2-2-1-0. 2-2-1-0, good. So who should pay? In the question, ordinary shareholders brought themselves. They said that they are willing and they are ready to contribute any amount. So this question, you can bill ordinary shareholders. When they come here, receipt, you can bill ordinary shareholders. Let them pay. Let them pay this amount. So you write ordinary shareholders. Or are we going to sell any of our aging PPE? Or check the question. Sometimes the question will tell you the bank overdraft. The limit of the bank overdraft is, well, let's say 1,005. We have gone for 500, but the limit is 1,005, and now we need money. Oh, let's go for the difference. So let's go for the difference of the 1,000. How we get it? So take note. But here, this question, there's no limit. They've not given us a limit, so you can't go for a further overdraft. No. So take note. Unless the question tells you, or the examiner tells you that the bank is willing to give any amount to support the company, you can also bring them here. But here, shareholders, they can contribute, and preference shareholders. Preference shareholders, they can also contribute. So ordinary shareholders, someone said that we should. This one is somebody's discretion now. Someone's. So, okay, let's build them 2,000, right? They should bear 2,000. Yes, for you there we are fair. Preference shareholders, at least let's also bear the difference, okay? Let them bear the 210. So the total receipt, please must balance. It must what? Balance. If not, your financial position will not also balance. Okay. So this is how we will do it. So we have built all of them accordingly. Then we are done. Good. Now let's go and write the scheme. We are now going to write the scheme, the proposed scheme. Good. So far, these are the workings to write the scheme. So let's go and write the scheme. The proposed scheme. Now, in fact, from here going, whatever you need to answer the remaining questions, you have it in your book or it's in the solution. So you've done it before. Now let's go straight. They're about to end. Good. That's good news. They're about to end capital reduction. Please. Now, in writing of the scheme, we have to write a report or essay or something simple, short sentences to describe on what will happen to key stakeholders, what they should lose, what they should bring. Please, which one did you get the 620? It's confirmed. Rosie says she had 620. Can you confirm for us? I had 630. Okay, now let's move on. So the scheme, you start, propose scheme. I don't clean the board because whatever we need to answer is on the board. So I don't clean the board. So I'll start somewhere. Let me see where I can write so that you can see. Let me write here. So I need a very fresh page to do this. If I clean this one, in fact, the scheme is like this. If you pick each of the key stakeholders, you write, ordinary shareholders, they should lose this, they should bring this, we're done. Preference shareholders, they should what? Lose this, they should bring this. That's the scheme. Good. So let me see if I can start from the top. The extreme top, if you see it, fine. So that's yeah. I start from the top. Proposed scheme. Proposed scheme. So you write proposed scheme on top. Hope you can see. Oh no, sorry, So proposed scheme. Proposed scheme. How do you start? How do you write a scheme? Please, this is not where you're going to write essay. 2 pages for us. No. Simple, brief, one sentence. So you write one. List all the key stakeholders, one after the other. Ordinary shareholders. You underline it. Ordinary share capital. How much they should lose? So I will detect it, then write it for me. Please, if I do one, you do one. After my own, you tell me your own, okay? So I'll start by saying ordinary shareholders should agree and waive off. They should lose this and bring this. Where are you? This. So ordinary shareholders must agree to waive off. Must agree to waive off 6,580 of their investment. Ordinary shareholders must agree to waive off 6,580 of their investment. Ordinary shareholders must agree to waive off. Ordinary shareholders must what? Agree to waive off 6,580 of their investment and subscribe to new shares amounting to 2,000 million. And subscribe to new shares amounting to 2,000 million. And subscribe to new shares amounting to 2,000 million. And subscribe to new shares amounting to 2,000 million. And subscribe to new shares amounting to 2,000 million. Good. So that is it. Okay. So yeah, please, I'm here. Yeah, I'm with you. Can I ask the question? Is it 2 million or is 2 million, 2,000 million? Why? Because these figures are in millions. So if all our workings are in millions, all these ones are in millions. So it's 2,000 million. If you go to the footnote, solution to every question is the question. So now let's go to the footnote. Look how the examiner put these figures: 2,650 million, 500 million. Good. Unlike a Bahi, where the examiner said 2 billion, 2.5 billion, 0.9 billion. We are working in million. Have you seen it? Good. So that's it. Perfect. So the ordinary shareholders should agree and waive off or cancel 6,580 of their investments and subscribe to new shares amounting to 2,000 million. Good. You are done. If I do one, you do one. So please, I'll randomly select one person, and then you tell me how you explain the preference shareholders. So you are now with the ordinary shareholders. You go to preference shareholders. Preference shareholders. I want you to tell me what they should lose, what they should bring. You are done. Very brief, please. Tell us what they should lose, what they should bring. So So write under them. Preference shareholders. Underline it too nicely. What they should lose, what they should bring. Now let's go. What they should lose, what they should bring. Who can tell me? You can type your own, I'll say it. Or if you want to say it, you just draw my attention. I'll just unmute your microphone for you. And then you voice it out. Okay. Randomly, should I select one? Okay, if you see my high, good. Someone want to talk. That's nice. Yes. What you said is perfect. So, preference shareholders must agree and waive off or cancel 1,250 million of their investments and subscribe to new shares amounting to 210 million payable by cash. That's all. Ordinary share, you can also add payable by cash, and then you are done. Payable by cash. Good. Payable by cash. Okay. So that's fine. Now you're done with what? Preference shareholders. Now let's continue the list. As and when we finish it, I have to clean it so that we get some enough space for the next one. 2. Who again? 50% debentures. What happened to them? Who can tell me? 15% debentures. Who will talk? Who will help us? 15% debentures. What are you going to write? That's the scheme of reconstruction. It's like a constitution to guide them. Who will talk? Oh, no one will help me. Voice. Okay. No sound. Wow. Kindly check your end. I think that everyone is hearing me. Please confirm. Someone cannot hear me. No sound. Wow. Let me check my sound system and see if it's working here. Sound. What's my microphone? Good. Hello. Yes, I can hear myself here, so the sound is working. Good. Or is the network? Good. I've tested this right now. Sound is loud and clear. Good one. Yeah. Good. Sound is loud and clear. So let's move on. Good. Now 15% debenture. Oh, no, give me out to. Oh, I'm making you. Okay, now let me give it out. Now 15% debenture. How much are they losing? They are losing 30 upon reconstruction. That's all. They are not losing anything again. No. They are not bringing money to. What do you do? The sound is off. Wow. Someone is saying that my sound is off. No sound. Wow. It's a network. Can you check your network for us? Probably on my end here. Let me check. My network magnitude is CD. Okay, and let's finish it up. Let's try and finish it up. Please, the person should log out and log in again. Yes. Log in and log out. I think you get it. It's your network. It means that you had a call. You had a call. Yes, no matter when the call comes in, it drops or interrupt your network. So you had a call. So kindly log in and log out again. Okay, let's move on. Okay. So it is okay now. Perfect. Now let's move on. So 15% debenture. You are losing only 30. So you're right. 30 million of the debenture. 30 million or the debenture holders should agree or should waive off or should cancel of 30 million of their investment or their debentures, with the remaining balance being secured on the PPs. We are done. Debenture holders should agree and waive off or cancel off 30 million of their investment, with the remaining balance being secured on what? Properties. With the remaining balance being secured on what? Properties, their property. The PPs, you are done. Now I'm done with the, I think I have to be fast here. Yes, I'll run. Good, I'm going to run here. I'm done with 50% debentures. You go to the third one, trade payable. A bank overdraft is there, bank overdraft. Yeah, they are not losing. Who can tell me? This one there. If you know they can't write anything here, please don't even make it at all. Move on to the next one. In fact, in short, you're supposed to write everything, any figure, any calculation that you perform, you have to explain it here. That's in reality. But for examination purposes, my advice is that I write like 7. At least 7 points is okay. Or 10, maximum of 10. Maximum of 10 points. Good. I know that you are typing. What to be the mark? I know for sure you are typing. Don't worry about the mark. I don't discourage you. Don't worry about the mark. Okay, so bank overdraft. Who can? Bank overdraft. Yeah, they are not losing anything. No, they are not losing anything. They are not bringing anything to. So that will tell them. Then they are not losing anything. Their position is intact. So you tell them that the bank overdraft will be paid in 4 equal installments. You can choose your own. We paid in 4 equal installments. Do you pay overdraft in installments? It's as and when money enters the account. It runs itself, right? Automatically. Right? Good. You can put the date. The bank overdraft will be paid. Will be paid 6 months or 4 months from now when cash deposits are made. And it will be secured. It will be what? Secured as what? Floating charge. And it will carry a floating charge on all the assets. I think let's write that way. So let me take it again. The bank overdraft will be paid in 4 months' time, where we will expect to receive cash in our account or balance in our account. And it will carry a floating charge on the asset. You are done. Let me go to the fourth one. Trade payable. Trade payable. Good. You can write down for me. Here they are losing how much? 40. How much are they bringing? They are not bringing it. We are paying them. Trade payable, we are paying them. That is their figure. We are paying them this. So you write trade payable. 40 million of the payable, 40 million of the trade payable must be cancelled, with the remaining balance being paid immediately. Please, you want to see the word immediately there. 40 million of the trade payable must be cancelled, with the remaining balance being paid immediately. If you want to drop for yourself, quote the balance 1,160 million. By its latest mistake you do, I just hanging that yourself. That's it. Then what do you do again? Then you move on. Yes, you finish soon. Okay. Yes, you finish soon. Just give like maximum of what? 10 minutes. We finish. Maximum of 10 minutes. We are now in the class. Myself now. Yes. Getting just small. So I'll finish right now for you. Okay. Now I'm done with the trade payable. I'm going to trade one. Who's next? Accruals. The same thing. Accruals. Accruals and trade payable, they are twins in this question. They are twins. So that one to 18,000, not 18,000, 18 million of the accrued expenses must be cancelled with the remaining balance being paid what now. 18 million of the accrued expenses must be cancelled with the remaining balance being what paid now. Oh, sorry, it's 10 million. So sorry, it's 10 million. This one, not 18 million. It's 10 million. Thank you, man. Good. So 18. I'm just saying 18 million. Yeah. Feel like a word today. Wow. 10 million of the accrued expenses must be cancelled. The remaining balance being paid now. Yeah, done. Sixth one, at least write 7 to 10. In between 7 to 10 notes, you're okay. In fact, there's one that we've left, another preference dividend. There's a preference dividend that we said they should cancel, right? That one, please find someone and put another preferences. If not, you can write it here. So in the preferences, after you state the preference, you have to add the dividend to it. So you said that the preference dividend in arrears will be cancelled. Yes. You can cancel the preference dividend in arrears. So what do you do? Oh, thank you, Lord Jesus. Good. Sorry, man. The sixth one. This one I talk about it. What will happen? The sixth one will be reorganization cost or expenses. Reorganization expenses will be amounted to. Is there? Have you seen? So we are explaining this one too. We've done this one. We've done this one. We go to this one too. They are now on this. So reorganization expenses will be amounting to 30 million. Then you are finishing. Good. So reorganization expenses. 7, assets. The PPEs must be stated at their fair value or the going concern. PPE. In fact, all the items one after the other. But here, at least you write 7 to 10 before us, okay? Minimum of 7, maximum of 10. Don't write plenty. Short to Adam. PPE. The PPE must be stated at their fair value or the going concern values. PPE must be stated at their going concern value or the fair value. Choose one of them are correct. Here you use the fair value, and some of them are value you, some of them fair value. So all of them for going concern. PPE must be stated at their going concern value. We are done. We are done. 8. What about inventory? Goodwill must be written off or must be cancelled. Goodwill. Goodwill. What again, Gra? Goodwill. Goodwill must be what? Cancelled. Goodwill will be cancelled. I want to just write 10, then I'm done. Goodwill will be cancelled. What again, Gra? But all the item, all the item. Yes, the income surplus will be written off. 9, income surplus. Yes, goodwill. The income surplus will be written off. You are number 9, oh. You are number 9. I say number 10. It's 10. Okay. It's true. There are 2 be inside. Yeah, number 2 was repeated. 2. It's true. You understand? Okay, then if it's 10 there, then I'll not talk about this one. Let me talk about the last one, please. Whichever be the case, your last point should be this. Your last point. Your last point. The last point must be this. Tell the examiner that your scheme holds a promise of future profit. Wow. The scheme holds a promise of future profit. Wow. So the scheme holds what? A promise. A promise. It means that if they accept this scheme, future is what? Exciting or brightening. Ready? So the scheme is tenor. The scheme holds a promise of future profits. Wow. Future profits. Have you seen on top of the question? The examiner quoted some 2,500 be there. That's it too. You are just repeating what is that the question. It. Why you? Good. This 2,500. Have you seen it there? Good. Perfect. This 2,500. That's what you are repeating for the examiner. Perfect. I'm done with the scheme writing. Is that the last one, please? Last one. I requested for 920. It's 917. By 920 there, I finished. The last one is the resultant financial statement. The balance sheet after the scheme. Let's go and prepare that one. Whatever you need to prepare, you've done it. It's in your solution. So please, that side, it will pay me well if you don't do that side. Because whatever figure you need to do, you already have it. Good. So if you don't do it, we match what we do. That side, please. The mark over there is 5. At least score 3, okay? Give the examiner 2. We are not greedy. We are not taking all the marks. You have to share between us and examiners. Have you seen? Maybe you have to give me some of the marks. So. Yes. Now they come in the last one. The last one, then we are done. Prepare statement of financial position just after the reorganization scheme has been affected. So we call it resultant statement of financial position. Resultant, the result of the scheme. That one is straightforward. The answer is already there, so you just walk through them and you're done. Good. Let me back the board. Hey, the board is not before that one. Sorry. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So B, resultant. Hey, is it coming like instantly? Can't see you. Okay. I have to change the camera. The 48 visuals. Okay, that's good. Resultant statement of financial position. Statement of financial position as at, if I put it the 1st July 20, let me put it the 1st July 2020. Yes, I hate 2020, 1st July, even though July is not reached July. By the time I write the exams, July is already, we started July, 1st July will be there, so that's why I use the 1st July 2020. Because you are writing 13th of July. Yes, but then by the time you write it to be a past tense, okay? Good. Now let's see. Please, with this, you don't need to worry because I can't mix up. What you do is this. Go to the question. Look at your financial statement. Copy the format. Everything. But please, don't use their figures. Use your own figure. The figure. Use the recoverable, the going concern values. So you go to your PPE, you pick the recoverable values, all the going concern values. But the format should be the same, follow the same format. When they move, you move. When they stop, you stop. When they move, you move. When they stop, you stop. That's all. So you are going to start. So I'm reading the name. I did my view on top, sorry. The three protocols, iodine must be on top. Iodine limited. Iodine limited. You are gonna see this in millions. Where do we start from? So let's go. Wherever they start from, which we start from there. Solution to every question is the question itself, but not what probably friend know. No. They start from non-current asset, which we write. When they write, we write non-current assets. So non-current asset. So this part, it will really to pay me if you don't know this. PP. They start from PP. The PP, you are not going to copy their figures, please. You are not going to copy their figures. What are you going to copy? Copy your going concern values. So what's the going concern values? Add the figures together. Go to going concern values. Open your bracket. It's made up of 4 items. Land and building, plus furniture, plus equipment, and plus what? Motor vehicle. Have you seen? You put them together. Can you give me the figures? So land and building. Do I even remember the figures? No, I don't remember the figures. Can you give it to me? Again. So you open your bracket. What's the land and building? They're going concern value 2,500 plus. The other one is the next I said was furniture and fittings. Going concern value 700. No, I remember 700. And then the next one is what? 800 or 850. 750. Good. The next one is what? 800. So you don't need to worry. All these figures is in the going concern value. So to pay me, if you don't do the financial position, most of them don't do it. Please, to pay me if you don't do it. Good. Good. Now let's add. Please, what do you get? 4750. Good. So 4750. Now let's go to their format. In their format that they are going to use, so we are going to use their format. Now let's see. When they move, you move. When they stop, you stop. So from the PP, in fact, they've done something. I mean, they wrote it in full. They wrote it in full. Let us also wrote it in full. Oh, sorry, write in full. But maybe they don't know. Sit in 2. Property, plant, and what? Equipment. Good. Let's also write it in what? 4 to avoid penalty. Now let's go. Whatever you do, we do some. Yes, I'm not going to take that figure. So then went to investment property. Good. So let's also go to investment property. No, please. Recoverable amount is not the same as fair value. They are different, but we pick. If one is not there and the other one is there, we pick it like that. If fair value is not there, you can pick the recoverable ones. Then use it in place of fair value. Agreed. So most of the items, the fair value wasn't given. They give us the recoverable amount, then we use it. Investment property is 2650. Yes. Please let the figures flow. So investment, so that we close early. Our time is. What's up? Investment property is 2650. Goodwill, it has been written off, so don't bring it. No goodwill. Goodwill has been written off, so let's go. Let's load them. Goodwill written off, so you're not going to bring it. Intangible asset, good. What's the intangible asset? What's the going concern? Good. 200. So intangible. Intangible asset is 200. 200. Now let's move on. When they stop, we stop. When they move, we move. So, but not their figures though. Okay, they sum it up, man. Let's also sum it up. Yes, they sum it up. 8,000. Let's go and sum it up. Total. No, let's sum it up because they've sum it up. Let's also sum it up. Have you seen before you go to inventory? You are following them. Good. So let's sum it up first. 7,600. Perfect. Let's go to inventory. Current asset inventory 700. I want to write this small so that you go there. I don't want to clean again. No, I don't want to clean again. Current assets inventory receivable. Inventory is 380 agreed. When you move, you move. And then receivable. What's receivable? Receivable was 240. They're going on same value. 240. Perfect. What about cash? There's cash in bracket. The working capital requirement, the troublesome guy. The working capital requirement. We have 630, right? Good. When they move, you move. When they stop, which you stop. Working capital requirement, that's the cash. 630 that we had. Troublesome guy. They added, so they sum up the current assets. So let's also sum it up. So the current asset will be total. In fact, you must give her 1250. Now let's go to total asset. What about the total asset? Total asset. Who can solve it for me? Total asset. Total asset. $8850. So 8850. We are done. Don't want to line it. Let's go to equity. Ordinary shares. Ordinary share capital, please. What do they say? You said they should lose and they should bring something, right? So open a bracket. Their position before is 8,000. Say they should lose 6,580, but they should bring 2,000. Good. Okay, so that is it. Ordinary shareholder, he said they should lose this and they should bring this. So you do that, you do it. You add it and then you subtract. This one you get. Have only 2 minutes. This is what you get. 8,000 less 6,580 plus 3,420. Good. 3,420. Preference shareholders. So preferences. So preferences. Them to the same thing. Good. Their position is 1,500. They are losing what? 1,250. How much are they bringing? 210. What will be their final position? When they move, we move. Can you let me know the answer? Please, you can join them and give us the answer, okay? So we are here. Income support has been swapped off, so that will not come. So from there we add, right? It's 460. Okay. So 460. We put them together, you add what you get. So 388. Good. 388. That's the total equity. What's the total liability? So liabilities. Then I'll not show any demarcation. List all the liabilities together. 15% debenture. What do you get? 15% debenture. The 15% debenture is what? 15% debenture. What's the figure? Please don't forget that for them, they are losing. No, their value is 4,500. You say they should lose what? How much are they losing? The preference share is 510. Oh, I thought someone give me 460. Okay, 510. Okay. 510. Agreed. So what will be the total here? 39. 30. Okay. So last what? How much is the preference holders? The 50% debenture. They are losing 49. So what will be their position? 4451, right? Wow. Please, the preference share, what will be the answer? It's 210. Oh. So is it 460 or 510? Can you confirm for me? A third person should confirm. It's 460, right? They are losing 1,250, and we are adding 210 to it. Good. So it's the 460, right? Perfect. Good. So go back to the 3880. Debenture, what will be their position? Debenture will have 4451. Then the bank overdraft, that's the only current liability we will have. Bank overdraft, current liability, bank overdraft. The bank overdraft is what? 500, right? Please put all this together to give you the same answer as what? 880. Please, it does not give it to you, don't sleep. Search for it, okay? Please. If there's no balance at the end, don't sleep. Can you search for it? So to give you the same answer as 8850, then you are done. Good. 8850. That's so. It is 1 million. Please, the debenture, how much are they losing? Debenture, how much were they losing? It's a 49, right? So that is it. Good, 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 good. Is that so? This 5, this one, there's something fishy here. There's no 9. There's no 9 in this. From this 449. Okay, so that's the end of the game. They're not owing. They're not owing 45. They are owing 30, right? Good. So now, how much will be their balance? What will be the balance that should be there? We are starting off 30, so that's why it's not balancing. Sorry, man. 4470. So 4470. Then you add balance. That's the total asset and equity and liability. 8850. Then you are done. Please go through for me, okay? So that